Yo, today I'll teach you why training your neck is one of the best things you can do for aesthetics. It might seem weird at first, but the neck is a muscle, and if you want to get it bigger, we need to train it. But why would you want to get it bigger? Maybe it's okay to have a pencil neck. Well, just look at those pictures. It makes you look so jacked just by looking at your face. It also makes your jawline pop out more. And one really cool thing about training your neck is that if you're bulking, you won't look as fat if you train your neck, because the fat that usually goes to your face will evenly be distributed to your neck, and you'll get a bigger neck and leaner face, which is a win-win. And if you don't care about that, I don't know who doesn't care about that, but if you don't, the opposite is also true. If you don't train your neck, you'll not look jacked at all, at least if someone is looking just at your face. So I guess that might be cool if you want a sleeper build, but why would you want that? You want your build to always be awake, the fuck? And people who draw comic book characters and manga characters got this a long time ago. Those characters always have huge extremities, like huge calves, neck, forearms and shoulders. And maybe you don't want to take it to that extreme of a level, but you'll never get there anyways. So if your extremities muscles are huge, that's really peak aesthetics. If they are huge, they will also make your other muscles huge. And I'll cover all these muscles in separate videos, but today we're focusing on the neck. So now you found out that you have a pencil neck. What do? Are you fucked? Not really. Because unlike every other muscle, the neck grows fast as fuck. If you start today, you'll actually see a big difference in 30 days. Those 30 days challenges are usually bullshit for the most part. But for the neck, not really. The neck can actually grow in 40 days. By a lot. Unlike other muscles that take even years to look somewhat good. Like calves. You could be training calves for 5 years and a random fat guy who never stepped foot into a gym could have bigger calves than you. But that's not how it works with the neck. If you train it seriously and do everything that I will tell you in this video, you could achieve your desired neck size within a year of training. So how do we train it? There are 3 parts to the neck: the front, the back and the side. They got some complicated names, but that doesn't matter, we'll just call them like that. Just know that most of your gains will come from the front and back side of the neck. We won't focus as much on the sides, because it's extremely awkward to add weight to the sides of your neck. And I also found out that you don't get as much hypertrophy for your sides, but we'll still do them to correct imbalances and things like that. So the first level will be complete beginner. You've never trained your neck. So for the front of your neck, you'll do some neck curls with your body weight. I know they look really weird, but trust me, that's how you do them. But you can do them at home anyways. Just lay on a bed or a couch with your neck outside of it and do neck curls there. And you'll see that you're probably very weak. I know that when I first started doing it, I could only do 20 reps. But like I said before, your neck not only grows fast in size, but it also grows fast in strength. So if your first workout you could only do 20 reps, maybe your second workout you could even do 40. You progress extremely fast on the neck. But just know that although you progress fast, you also lose progression extremely fast. Your neck regresses in size much faster than other muscles, so don't skip your neck training. For the back of the neck, you're gonna do neck extensions. You're gonna find out that you're probably stronger on these than your neck curls, but they're also much harder to set up. I'll get into a few tips to combat that a bit later. And for the side of the neck, we're gonna do a side neck curl. When it comes to sets and frequency, at first I would only do 1 set of each once a week, because your neck will get extremely sore, cause this is very new to you. So start very light. And the next week after that we can train necks twice a week, but still only 1 set per exercise. And then the third week we can do 2 sets of neck extension and neck curl, but I will still do only 1 set of side neck curls, because like I said before, I don't think it's that worth it. Could you do more sets? Sure, but I don't think the time investment is worth it. And there are a ton of guys with massive necks who've never trained the side of their necks. Plus if I tell you to do 18 sets a week, you will probably skip it, because neck is a pretty skippable muscle, I'm not gonna lie. I've skipped neck myself a couple times. So if you can get done the most out of the least amount of time, that's what we need to do. And then you can build up until you can do 3 sets for both the neck curl and neck extension. And I would still only do 1 set for side neck curls. But 3 sets for both of these exercises is more than enough. I don't see the point in increasing the volume even higher, unless you want a 20-inch neck or something. But most people don't. When it comes to the rep range, I would do them till I can do 100 reps body weight. We don't wanna risk anything, and even if this rep range is not super optimal for hypertrophy, we'll still progress with it. But I still recommend you to train to failure, because if you use proper form and don't cheat, more on that later, you should be good. It's not a dangerous exercise. Those exercises are not dangerous if you do them right. And after you can do 100 reps, you start adding weight. You can either put a beanie or a towel on your face and then put some plates or dumbbells or even a barbell on your face. To me, the barbell is the best option, and I've never seen anyone talk about this, but it really feels the most comfortable. Because using plates is very awkward because they slide and you also need to use your grip a ton. But with a barbell, and especially with an easy bar, you can easily add weight without any discomfort. And then you rep that weight again until you can do 100 reps and you go again. Once you become more comfortable with the exercise, you can start doing lower reps like 30 to 50. That's still considered high, but that's pretty low for the neck. So now you know everything that you need to do to progress on your neck and get a big neck. But I'll give you a couple of quick tips on each exercise because you might run into some problems. So the biggest problem with the neck curl is that you can easily cheat on it. Try moving the weight with just the neck and don't use your hands to assist it. That's why I said to use a barbell, because it's much easier to do that with that. But don't do a crunch motion if you're feeling your abs, you're not doing it right. And don't do a pullover motion, you shouldn't feel your lats on this. Back extensions are pretty awkward to do, even with a barbell, so I recommend you to get a harness. I wouldn't recommend you to go really cheap on this because that harness might break and that wouldn't be good. The neck flex harness is probably the best one on the market, but it's pretty expensive. But that's the safest one. You can probably also get a cheaper one for 20 bucks, but it might not be as safe. There are some good ones for only 20 bucks, but you need to research them and see which ones are actually good. And for the side curls, you're gonna be very limited by the weight, because you can't use a barbell and you can't really put a 45-pound plate on your head. So the best option would be to use a kettlebell. And that's all of it. And the last thing I want you to know is that the neck can be an anesthetic if you get it too big. And you might have some sleep apnea problems if you get it too big. But that's again only if you got like 20-inch plus neck, which is pretty anesthetic anyways. Once you get it to your desired size, you can stop progressing by just not adding weight anymore and doing the same amount of reps. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. See you next time.